Good morning, everyone. This is Catherine with ENT 650 talking about my chart of accounts. This is a continuation from the last course that we did, and I spoke with a couple of people from the last time I did this assignment that own resorts for doggy daycares and all that stuff. So, little background, I do want to hopefully one day open Allie's Resort and Spa. It's a doggy daycare and spa and boarding facility for dogs and cats. So there's a couple of locals that I have spoken with about costs. They've been very gracious to speak with me. And the last time I did this, there was a lovely woman that was opening her own boarding facility. No grooming or anything like that yet, just the boarding facility about 25 miles from here. She actually opened the week that I did this assignment. So I have since spoken with her and gone over some of the pricing for the boarding. Not able, of course, to talk to her about the grooming, but talking about the boarding. And Barrett, who I have spoken with before, that owns Eli's, when I was talking to her about this the last couple of weeks, she actually is in the process of going and increasing her prices because of some prices going up, and they're fluctuating too. And honestly, they're so busy, and the demand, I mean, she just really needed to. So my pricing really didn't change as far as startup, revenue generators, and ongoing expenses. As we'll talk a little bit as the startup, as far as pricing for materials, I do foresee that going back down. So I did not adjust that right now because it is not something that I'm building right now. So I left that the same. So as you can see, these are my different prices in grooms and baths and nail trims. And actually, Barrett didn't change her pricing here. Her pricing came with the boarding. So these are pretty competitive across the board, whether you go to a grooming facility or even a vet's office. They're pretty competitive. So I'm right on track with those expenses and with those price, or not expenses, but those revenue generators. Trying to go to my ongoing expenses here. Okay, so these are obviously my ongoing expenses. We've got grooming, so we're gonna have shampoo, conditioner, ear cleaner. Of course, you got to have dog treats and different things for that you're going to need while you're doing these grooms, while you're doing taking care of boarding dogs as well. You've got to have gloves, you've got to have all of this. So I went over some of these with her, and she said I was pretty spot on. Some of them I might be a little bit low, and some of them I was a little bit high, but she said I was pretty spot on. So I felt good about these prices. So these are ongoing expenses that I do have as far as facility operations. My it won't be rent, it'd be a mortgage. My mortgage, which won't be a lot because I've got, fortunately, a lot of my startup put away. So I'm going to have a lot of that I'm just going to put down. So I'm not going to have a huge mortgage. And then, of course, a little buffer in the bank. I like to have my emergency fund. So payroll, my salary, marketing as well. So those are my ongoing expenses. So my startup expenses, this is what I was talking about earlier, the building, the building the runs and doing the rooms. The runs are about, that they come done. I know it sounds crazy, but they already come, and they're already, you just got to put them together. But of course, there's prep to do in order to do that. So, and fencing is so expensive right now. But the grooming equipment, the grooming tables and things like that, I mean, they're pretty across the board. The daycare room, that's where some of the expense that can fluctuate, and getting the boarding run room those rooms ready. With the pricing of wood and everything right now, it's a little bit crazy, but when I kept it with the price that I had when I started this assignment last class, which was still high. I mean, the pricing was high right during COVID. With COVID, it's just gone crazy. So I left it like it is, and I am hoping by the time this adventure does take place that these prices will actually go down a little bit, because I really see the housing market and things like that beginning to die down. So that is my hope and prayer, but we will see. You still have to put these prices in because that's what it is now. That's what you have to plan for. You can't really plan. You don't need to plan for, okay, it'll probably be down about 20, 30, 40,000 or 100,000 in a year or 2 years. I'm planning for it to be just like it is now. So these are my expenses. And after speaking with Barrett and with Heather in Snow Hill, I was pretty spot on. Heather wasn't able to help me, like I said, with the grooming aspect, because she's literally just doing daycare and boarding. And Barrett's pricing did go up with her boarding and her daycare. But even with these prices right here, I'm still competitive with her. I'm actually a tad bit lower than she is now. So I'm still competitive. And as far as and I offer more. I do offer more. I will be offering more than what she offers. Now, Heather, 25 miles away, she actually is a lot more competitive with me, or a competitor to me, because she is offering a lot of what I wanted to offer. She's got the TV, she's got the Wi-Fi. So the rooms aren't exactly set up how I want to have them set up, but they're pretty daggone close. So she was a lot more competitive than as far as the same type of facility I'm looking for or wanting to do. So there is my chart of accounts and my reality check, and I am sure that once this venture comes closer, my reality will be a lot more of a reality check than it is even now. So thank you for your time. Have a great day.